What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Heartgold Randomizer Hardcore Nuzlocke. Last time we went up against Bugsy. Did we take on the rival? We did take on the rival, good. I kind of forgot about that. But yeah, we took on Bugsy the last episode. We got a couple of new team members. I'm actually kind of excited to use Sparky the Pikachu, because I mean, despite me, like, you know, being kind of like, kind of like mean to Pikachu sometimes, I actually still like it as a Pokemon. It is kind of adorable, and having a Pikachu and an Eevee on the same team is honestly kind of hilarious. I don't really think it's that often that you actually happen to have these two Pokemon on the same team in a randomizer. But I mean, hey, you know what? We take those. Because I mean, if we can get Raichu level 26, I'm going to evolve Esperoba into Espeon, you're going to be a Camerupt. This team is looking pretty good. Although I will be honest, I kind of do want another grass-type Pokemon. I want something different than Ludicolo. That is if we even get the Water Stone at all, because all the items are randomized in this, and yeah, there is just a chance we might not be able to get it. But I guess like if I wanted like a grass-type Pokemon, Shaman or Celebi. I'd probably say Shaman, but I mean, the odds of me getting one of those are pretty slim. It would be nice, though. Grass Pokemon, I feel like just really aren't like all that useful for playthroughs anyways. Sometimes they can be, sometimes they're not. I guess it really depends on like what game you're in. Oh yeah, I know Pikachu, what do you know? Interesting. This puzzle as a kid, mainly in Pokemon Gold and Silver, like I understood the concept of it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver because I was like 15 like when it came out, but there's still, like, at some points, like, where I used to get lost. Like, for example, right, like, you actually have to hit the little, wait, am I even doing this right? Here I am saying, like, I used to, like, not know this puzzle and stuff, like, as a kid, and, like, even now, like, I'm still screwing up. That's hilarious. But, what you pretty much have to do is you have to sneak behind it. Not really sneak behind it, obviously, you know, because we're running and stuff like that. Sneak it behind it. There we go. Caught it, and I believe we have one more now. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go and find my notebook and take down some notes real fast. My notebook is running out of paper. You guys ever have like a notebook that constantly like where it's like you bought one like around a year ago and like you're constantly writing in it and like it finally just starts to, like you have maybe like 20 pages left in it out of like 120. Yeah, I've had this notebook now for over a year and it's actually held through pretty well. You guys will notice that there's a little bit of quietness. I do apologize. That's because I was writing something down. But anyways, there's one more to get, and I believe it's on the other side. Do I have any repels, by the way? Because I'm just not in the mood to deal with wild Pokemon. Although I am going to, you know what, real quick, I'm going to go buy repels. I'll see you guys back in a second. Now, since I have repels, this should be easier for me to go through, because, oh, and you're not Generation 5, so I actually have to go back inside the inventory and actually respray these manually. Generation 4, though, isn't really all that bad. I think in previous generations, like, it's just a little bit harder to, like, navigate and get to your bag and stuff like that. Well, this guy, all you gotta do is just do that, sneak up behind it, or that could happen. Do that. Sneak up behind, and voila, you got him. I kind of wish that the Farfetch'd in this were randomized, like, you know, to make this, like, a little bit more fun. Like, just imagine, like, you just have, like, a Groudon or something, like, running around the forest. Be kind of chaotic. Now I have to decide what I'm going to use Cut on, because I do not think I have any HM slaves in my PC. I might, though. Augustus actually kind of has a really crappy move pool. Maybe I can get rid of something. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and get rid of Lick. Lick kind of sucks. I might not even be using Augustus like on my team forever. I mean, honestly, dude, randomizers can be anything. Like, you can get, I mean, like, well, look at this playthrough. I got a Kyogre as my starter, so anything honestly exists. But I do need, like, I do want, like, a better, like, grass Pokemon and stuff like that. The more, like, we go through and stuff and play. And another Repel, of course. But I guess what I'll talk about today is actually, I guess just Johto, and I guess, like, why it's, like, my favorite region of all time. I've been playing, obviously, Pokemon since I was very, very young. And, Johto was the first set of Pokemon games I actually, like, realistically played. Like, I mean, I've told the story to you guys before. Gen 1 I played, but I mean, I was a little kid. I got lost. I don't, like, count that very much. Got lost in the Viridian Forest. I'm sure you guys all know that jazz by now. But with Gen 2, I don't know, like, I just liked it so much because this guy also, I think, tutors you something random. Whoa, what did this guy say? He's shaking trees using Psycho Boost. Interesting. I don't even remember, is Psycho Boost a physical psychic attack or a special one? And I'll go into the Gen 2 love in just a second. I don't even remember. Is that Deoxys's attack? Like, Psycho Boost. Like, what? What is this? It is Deoxys's attack. Okay, so I was right. That's special. If I get, like, my Espeon and I come back here in a little bit, that'd be cool. But anyways, yeah, back to my little rant about, Johto. It's not actually really a rant, it's more so just, like, how much I appreciate it. My grandma actually got me my Pokemon Silver copy when I was a kid, so that's kind of why, like, I hold it, like, a little more, like, dear to, dear to my heart and stuff like that. But, I mean, I understand that Gen 2, will always have its level curve and its problems and stuff like that, but, I mean, if we look past, like, the level curve, like, some of, like, the Pokemon, like, not available in the game, Gen 2, as a game and region, are actually, like, it's pretty good. I mean, we have a really beautiful region of Johto. We have an incredible OST. Some people might say that Hoenn's better, and I can definitely see why people would think that, because Hoenn really, really does have, like, a great soundtrack. And if I had not started with Generation 2 and, like, I have, like, a big nostalgia thing for it, I would definitely say that Gen 3 soundtrack is better. But to me, Gen 2 will always Johto will always be, like, my home. But if we take, like, into consideration, like, all the, I don't know, like, all the really cool stuff, like, the OST, the region itself, the way how Team Rocket comes back, it's honestly a really, really cool game. And, I'm sure some of you guys out there, like, play ROM hacks and stuff like that, but, I've actually been recently playing, Pokemon Crystal Clear. And in case you guys do not know, ooh, you almost died. I forgot we were doing a Nuzlocke. And if Pikachu dies, Pikachu is dead, so I need to be extremely careful of that. I need to kind of put my brain back on Nuzlocke mode because I've actually been playing Pokemon Crystal Clear for the past couple of days. And it's been a casual Pokemon run, so, like, my brain, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is Nuzlocke mode. If I die, then I'm dead. But I've been playing Pokemon Crystal Clear, and it's basically like an open world Pokemon game. It's like you can start in any town you want, take on any gym you want in any order you want, and the badges will scale to the levels of your party and to the levels of the trainers. That right there literally solves Pokemon's issue of literally just having an issue of, like, a level curve in general. Like, it really, really does fix everything that Gen 2 could have been. There are special event Pokemon that you can go and capture. There are specific tutor moves that you can go and get. And like, you can use all 251 Pokemon at decent points in the game. Like, I found it in Aerodactyl when I had, like, I mean, I could have gotten it earlier. Like, you can get it at, like, any time you want, like, in the games. But I legit found my Aerodactyl, I think, when I had, like, 4 badges. I'm not using Aerodactyl on my team. I'm just using that, like, as an example. Funny enough, a Pokemon that I can use an example for when it comes to, like, you know, Pokemon that weren't good in Gen 2 and not really good in Generation 4 due to lack of, like, you know, move pull, TM pull, whatever. Gligar. I've been using a Gligar in my my Crystal Clear team. And if you've ever played Gligar in competitive Pokemon, you have access to, you might also have access to Explosion, and that's kind of scary. I'll talk about that in just a second. If a Pokemon's going to get sacked, I hate to say it, it's going to be Numel. There are better ground-type Pokemon that I can catch as the story goes on. Numel's good, but there are definitely better ones I can find. Lombre is okay. Yeah. If this thing does decide to go for Explosion, I'm going to go for Numel. And even if I literally have no idea what this thing is going to do, I mean, I could double check to see if it still has Explosion. But I mean, like, I also, you know, really, like, don't want to, I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's considered as cheating. But I mean, we had a level 15 Reggie the other day. Yeah, you still have Explosion. You are scary. Yeah. We're gonna have to go with the magnitude here. That's unfortunate because I didn't really want it. I didn't really want to sack it off, but I mean, when you have a Pokemon that can use Explosion anytime you want, and I mean, also, like, when it comes to this too, because it's one of those games where it's, the battling style is set to set, if I would have gone out to Kyogre, Shamu would have had to take an Explosion. And that's obviously not good. Now, because I outspeed it and I have a clean switch in, we don't have anything to worry about. You're gone. That was, I mean, something had to die. It's really unfortunate. That honestly kind of stinks too, dude, because like these Pokemon with Explosion, it's like every time like a trainer has one, it's like you automatically have to sacrifice something off because nobody wants to get, even with my Rhyhorn when we were going up against the Regice, it was still really, really scary because you're level 15 and you have a 200 base power attack. 200 or 250. Y'all can quote me on that in the comment section. That stinks though. Man, that's a real bummer. Luckily, I mean, like, we do have an encounter here that we can get on this route. I believe Pikachu actually has a Thunder Wave. And I'll go back to my Crystal Clear talk once we're done capturing a Pokemon here real quick. That's funny. I like Shinx, but I mean, I feel like Pikachu's, I mean, I don't know. Luxray is good for certain things, and Pikachu is good for certain things too. They both evolve relatively early. If you have a Thunderstone, obviously, for Pikachu, you get up to level 26. It has Thunderbolt, which is very high base power for an electric type, especially at like this point in time in the game. Maybe towards like the middle part. But this thing also gets the elemental fangs and stuff like that. It's not a bad Pokemon. I'll definitely capture it. Will I be using it on my team? Maybe, maybe not. You know, I really don't know. There's a possibility that I might, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. My mind can change. Nothing is honestly a clear-cut no. Randomizers, like, you never really can tell. As far as a nickname, I have no idea. I've never really been good at giving nicknames on Pokemon. I kind of just let it go. Unless I have them, like, really specific. I know Nuzlocke rules stay, like, you have to nickname your Pokemon, but you don't have to. As long as you play by the rules of, like, not catching the same Pokemon on the same route, etc., like, you're good. Like, you know, not catching more than one Pokemon on the same route, it dies, etc. So. But anyways, back to Pokemon Crystal Clear. Pokemon Crystal Clear is one of those games where everything in Generation 2 was fixed because of this game. Like, it's just, everything's great. And like, I've actually been thinking about actually Let's Playing that game on this channel. Even though I've played it like a couple of times, I really, really just like Crystal Clear, like, as a game in general anyways. Like, Crystal Clear just hits different, like, as a Pokemon game, to be honest. And with that said, I mean, you can get, like I said, like, you can get any Pokemon you want. You have like a variety of starters you can pick from. Like, you have the choice of, like, I think the Johto and Kanto starters. And then you can pick a Pokemon like Psyduck, Seal, Elekid. If you've ever played Fire Red Omega, you know, then you can start off with Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby. So that's honestly pretty neat too. Like, you can just, like, it just fixes everything that Generation 2 needed to be fixed in. And it's good. And it's really, really fun. And if more people, you know, would see Pokemon Crystal Clear, that bite kind of scared me a little bit, then, you know, I think people, you know, would appreciate Generation 2 more. But the thing is also, is that, you know, Crystal Clear is a ROM hack, and it's not like, you know, a main Pokemon game, but Crystal Clear is like the perfect Generation 2 game. It's what Generation 2 should have done. Oh, and Pokemon can follow you too. Even better than that. We all, like, I think every single one of us as Pokemon fans love when Pokemon follow behind you. I mean, who doesn't love it when a Pokemon follows behind you? I mean, come on. Having a Pokemon follow behind you is honestly brilliant. This is also Generation 4, I believe, where Pokemon don't die on poison contact, so that's actually good as well. And don't get me wrong, like, you know, Heartgold and Soul Silver, they did a lot of things to try and fix like, you know, the Johto problem. And in some cases they did. I mean, like, you know, some Pokemon, you know, got better learn sets. That's also another thing, by the way, that Crystal Clear fixes. Especially with giving my Gligar Flying Stab without having to give it, I was going to say an Egg move, because it gets Wing Attack via Egg move, but there are actually, like, specific tutors that you can go to actually get Egg moves on without having to breed, which is actually kind of nice. Actually, do you give me some kind of stone? You might give me, like, a Leaf Stone or something, and I will definitely keep you on standby, because a lot of these trainers, they give you gift items and the like, and that's really handy to have. Thing is now, though, is that Whitney's, I believe, her lowest ace is level, not lowest ace, her lowest Pokemon on her team is level 19. I might go do a little bit more grinding up in the grass, but I haven't really decided yet. I definitely do want to go, oh, here we go, Grandpa. We're just going to fast forward to this part because, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this. The grandma's like, huh, that's your boyfriend, huh, insinuating that. See, even the game ships Pokemon characters together. Isn't that funny? And in this game, you unfortunately do not get an odd egg, unless, for whatever 90% reason I'm wrong. Okay, yeah. Generation 2 actually did this better. I enjoyed getting the odd egg from the daycare guy and having, like, a 1 in 8 chance of actually getting a shiny. Crystal Clear also keeps this feature in, by the way. But it's every like problem of Gen 2, Crystal Clear fixes. You can use whatever Pokemon you want, and I'm basically saying, like, be on the lookout for a future Crystal Clear series, maybe within like the next few months, because that ROM hack is clutch. I think you guys will have a really fun time with me watching it. My team on there is actually pretty interesting so far. I think my team on there is Gligar, Jinx, Raichu. I'll have to go back and look, because I have a hard time, like, memorizing Pokemon, like, off the top of my head, honestly. Anyway, though, I'm gonna grind up on a couple more of these trainers, and then I think I might go try and I don't know if I want to take on Whitney now or if I want to wait a little bit, because, I mean, like, you realistically can wait to take her on. And you know what? I'll get your phone number too. We're going to be getting like a lot of calls. I mean, I think it's personally worth it. But I mean, yeah, we're going to be grinding on like quite a few trainers when it comes to Whitney. I very easily could grind my Pokemon up using like PK Hex, but I mean, I'm sure you guys want to see like a little bit of gameplay. I mean, grinding on the trainers definitely is one of like the more fun aspects of playing Pokemon, because I mean, it's Pokemon bonding time is kind of like how I see it. We don't have anything for ghost type Pokemon either, do we? Actually, you know what? Actually, it's funny. You know what? You have knockoff. Let's go to Augustus and go for a knockoff. Too bad this isn't knockoff in like later gens where like it's more powerful, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Generation 4 knockoff's gonna have to do. You have a Combee. Yuck. And it's like male too. When like you're a randomizer trainer and you get like really bad Pokemon like that, I can only just, I feel bad for some of these guys. I think we also battled all the trainers on this route too, so I might do another like grinding montage, getting like all the trainers on like the future routes. But I mean, I don't know, like I'll see. I could go on like, some rants and stuff like that, but I mean, at that point in time, I mean, like, you guys want to see like all the important stuff and the licks, so you know what, I actually am probably going to give you guys a grinding montage real quick, so I'll see you guys, I guess back in a few minutes when we get back down here. And that's a critical hit, which means Augustus goes down. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I also have to go put Numble back on the I also have to go put Numble inside the PC. Alright, I think that is good enough for a little grinding montage. I'll obviously, like, you know, battle more of these trainers later, but I have a couple of encounters that I can get. And because of 2 Pokemon deaths, this actually couldn't have came at a better time. And you are actually not bad for a fighting type. You will definitely help in a couple of situations if the timing and the situation is right. I don't like the fact that you're setting up though. Pikachu also has really like just not so great. And now you have Bide. Can I use a Pokeball and capture you now? Okay. Depending on if I decide to use Meditite on my team, we're gonna wait a second. So what kind of items do I have in my inventory? Do I have like any like evolution stones? No, not really. Because if I have like a moonstone or something, I think I have a also, National Park is the best theme in all of Pokemon. Don't at me. Yeah. Well, I think I also have a Nidoran female on my PC, and I could use that if things got dirty. I don't like you. I don't like training you, but you will definitely come in handy for certain situations, I guess I can say. I believe static also works on you. Yeah, it does. And you are slowly sucking my life away. I don't think I can touch you, to be honest. You might do it. You have like foresight or something? No. I couldn't even touch you if I tried. I'm only going to throw 2 Pokeballs. I'm going to throw a couple Pokeballs at this thing, but I'm not going to waste my entire inventory of trying to capture this thing. I will throw, you know what, because, so I can be a little bit safer, I'm going into Shamu. Just because. You never know. 1 Leech Life crit can make the biggest difference. I'll throw a couple more Pokeballs. We don't get it. I guess it is what it is. Or you can actually get in. Alright, that sounds good to me. And I know exactly what I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you Hacks. Because this thing was known for giving people a hard time, especially back in the Generation 4 meta, where people would constantly... this thing births Nogard's Spirit Tomb. And I remember Nogard's Spirit Tomb in the Gen 4 meta, a lot of people would used to hack it in. Good times. Definitely good times. That was back when Pokemon used to be definitely a lot different. But essentially, I now need 2 more Pokemon on my team that can take up the slot of the deaths that we recently just had. So I'm going to look through and see what we got. We actually don't have, like... It's not bad. I actually want to use Nidorino. And what we'll do is we'll replace that. No, we're not using that. Yeah, I think this is going to be what we're going to do for now. And then I'll obviously, I'll probably just get everyone up to like level 17. I think will be a pretty good point to keep everyone at in terms of power and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and put these guys into PK Hex, do a little bit of grinding, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so I went off screen and I pretty much leveled everybody up. Also, when I was in PK Hex, I saw this thing had a modest nature because you're a physical attacker. That sucks. And then we leveled up Miss Nito up to level 17. One thing I did do, though, for the sake of like it not being completely freaking tedious, because all items are randomized in this playthrough, I couldn't go and grab the Soothe Bell to evolve my Eevee into an Espeon. So what I did was I went into PK Hex and I just made its happiness max just so I could evolve Espeon. So I could evolve my Eevee into Espeon like literally on the next level. I didn't think you guys would really care all that much because considering all I really had to do to make its happiness max was just do this for a period of like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And then that was honestly just a waste of time. So if anything, what I did was I just made it easier for my Eevee to evolve. It's easy to evolve if you just run back and forth, but I mean, why waste 20 minutes when I can literally just go and evolve it in one level by going into a program and clicking like, you know, it's good to go. But I think right now where we are in terms of like all the Pokemon's levels and stuff like that, I think this is going to be a point where we actually end off the episode. You know what? Now we'll go take on Whitney this episode so we can make a little bit more time. I will actually go take on Whitney this episode. Let's do that. So I'm going to go take this quiz against, to get the radio card, because that's going to be handy for later on. Funny thing, we actually just got a Nidorina, so. As a kid, I actually failed this a couple of times because apricorns are the ingredient, and I always think apricots are the correct one, but nope. It's true. And I think it's Mary, so that's no. Yeah, so we got all 5 of them. Whitney's basically going to be like, oh my god, like, you're so smart. You got all 5 of them correct. Genius IQ. I'll get you into Harvard. I wish that were the case, but unfortunately that's not the case, but... Whitney's ace, of course, is going to be level 20, and I think her earliest one is level 18. I want to say it's 19, but I mean, if I'm one level off, I don't think it's really like all that big of a deal. I am going to skip some of the gym trainers, although I am going to battle one so I can just evolve my Eevee real quick. I haven't done this in Heartgold and Silver in a while. I think you have to go all the way. Now, I think you actually have to battle every single one of these. Or can I, like, go up here? I think I actually do have to battle all these. All right, whatever. I'll just go and fast forward through all these real fast. I mean, it's just really, really funny, though, just how one single misplay in a randomizer can literally cost you, like, the entire run. It's nuts. And unfortunately, like, you know, we got those deaths a little bit earlier, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes mistakes just happen. You know what? Maybe that... I was going to say, was that a bad idea? I was going to say, please don't be a bad idea. You have Poison Sting, which actually kind of helps you out. I wish that... In some cases, I wish that TMs were in, like, their random spots, or in, like, their, like, same in-game spots, but... Because I could, like, get Sludge Bomb for Nidorina at, like, a later time, but unfortunately, like, that's not the case. And this is probably, like, the slowest grind-up, like, ever. Like, to, like, take a Pokemon down. Now, Eevee didn't evolve in Espeon? Are you serious? It didn't? It should have. I don't know why it didn't. I mean, I can always just go and evolve it off screen. Oh, well. I'll just evolve it when we get off of, when I end off the episode. Because Eevee should have evolved. I do not know why Eevee didn't evolve, but by the time you guys come back, Eevee will be evolved. And we'll have a fresh Espeon on our team with the move Confusion. It should have evolved. I really don't feel bad about going into PKX and giving it Confusion, and I think that's 100% justified. I could go and grab, like, lemonades and stuff like that from the department store, but I mean, I can't use them during battle anyways. I'll go off screen in between the next episode and we'll go grab them then. But I thought that after I beat this trainer, my Eevee would evolve into Espeon, but I guess not. Maybe something is in the program like this made me maybe mess up. Yeah, these trainers really aren't like all that big of a deal. I wish that Nidorina had better attacks, but I mean, that's one thing that Heartgold and Silver like fixed and didn't fix. Like, some Pokemon still have absolute just crap piles of moves, and is that gonna kill me? Yeah, Nuzlocke, dude, really. Beautifly. I don't really like Pikachu. Are you gonna be okay here? You only use Absorb. Pikachu does get Thunderbolt at level 26, so that definitely is gonna help out. And you're actually level 19, which means I'm probably not even really going to be using Nidorina in the battle anyways, to be fair. And I'm going to switch Pokemon here while we're at 2. It sucks that you do not have any physical attacks. Every Pokemon, like, almost sucks because there are... Like, just having, like, no good attacks on, like, these mons, like, just grinds my gears, like, heavily. Like, Heartgold and Soul Silver, like, fixed it, like, to an extent. But there are just still some, like, really, really just bad mons in these games that just don't get enough love. And it honestly just sucks. I might actually have to bring out Shamu here and take out, actually I could have, you know, I can actually bring out Pikachu on this one and be okay. And don't worry, before we go up against Whitney, I will definitely for sure heal up and then we can get this battle going. Actually, no, I am out of potions. I'll be right back. All right, I pretty much went off screen. I went to go buy potions and everything else, and now we're gonna go, and pretty much after this battle, we're going to go take on Whitney. And I believe that'll pretty much go in, yeah. That'll pretty much be it for the episode after we take on Whitney. Hopefully Whitney isn't too difficult. That'd be good if she wasn't. Then again, I don't know. Randomizers can be very, very janky. A little bit more fast forwarding and grinding here, and I forgot you're actually pretty bulky in the special defense there, Miss Knockdown. Forgot I cannot use healing items, and I want to be careful as well. I'll go to Espa. Let's go for some tackle attacks, and we'll call it a day. Ooh, we got it. Okay, good. Thought that would have been a kill. Thought that would have been a death. All right, now up against Whitney, and, yeah. Getting a little bit of healing real fast. Just in case the game crashes, I always like to have a save state on file. Okay, and, I guess leading off against Whitney, we'll just go out with Kyogre, our big gigantic nuke, and, yeah. She's like, you're really, really smart. You got all 5 questions correct. Whitney's Miltank also is not in this game either, so... Nurse Mark. Yeah, that's not really looking threatening, Whitney. That's not really looking all that threatening with your Jigglypuff. That's definitely going to be a one-hit KO. Yeah, goodbye. One more, and that's it. What is your last mon gonna be? A Torkoal. I see we're taking notes from Flannery here. And you'll pretty much just die in one shot. Goodbye. Actually, so her ace was actually level 17? Or 18? I didn't actually read it per se. Okay, so I made a mistake. Her lowest ace was actually level 17, so I technically can't use Kyogre here. So that little miscalculation, indirectly kind of screwed me over. So now we have to take on Whitney again. Actually makes things a little bit more challenging, which means I can't use Shamu, which means we have to rely on you guys, which honestly is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. And getting through Jigglypuff shouldn't be that much of an issue. Or, you know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I did not even think about her ace being level, or her lowest being level 17. Are you serious? Okay, keep going. Okay, good. Now, what move are you trying to learn? Slam? Double team. That might actually come in handy for this next battle. Use withdraw. You must have had a, like a Lumberry or something. You are also powering up, which makes me a little bit frightened. Hopefully no issues. Yeah, we pretty much got this. Oh, you're gonna use a super potion. Oh boy. You're a special attacker. Oh crap, we're trapped, aren't we? Oh, you're just gonna use the same attack, okay. Well, either way, we beat her, so hoorah. It didn't even matter at the end of the day anyways, because we still beat her. But I mean, I wanted to be true to my to my challenge. I didn't want to take the gym leader on without, you know, I didn't know that her Jigglypuff was level 17. I'm glad that I did that save state so we could recheck that. I'm very, very glad that I did that. And we actually got like a clean victory off that too. Swagger, that's not a very ideal move for a hardcore Nuzlocke. I mean, like, it is and it's not because it's kind of a gamble, but yeah, it's too much of a risk. Anyways, you guys, I guess for next time, I'm going to go ahead and evolve Eevee into Espeon off screen, and then we'll head over to Ecruteak City, do a little bit more grinding. I'll go into some crazy commentary about how Pokemon drives me up the wall sometimes, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.